Tottenham Hotspur.
Bro, it's a coach apocalypse out there, bro. And Tottenham is, again, if they say they can't top no list, they top this list.
Damn, dude. I mean,
Tottenham comes out with a statement saying, guess what? He's fired. You think? Homie was on a Ryanair airline heading back to Italy.
Tottenham is just adding to the unemployment crisis, bro.
That's like that's like, I won't make that joke. That's like,
but what if it wasn't somebody's girl? Say it the way you would say it if it wasn't somebody's girl.
Hold on a second. Let me not offend anyone by offending everyone. You got what I mean, though, as a comic, right? I stopped myself and said, no, that's not fair because that's your lady. But also, the joke would have been hot. Someone said, anyway, it would have popped. It's just one of those things where, like, a guy comes out and tells a girl, yo, I don't love you no more. I'm out of here. And then takes a flight back to his home. And then a week later, the girl's like, by the way, we broke up. Yeah, you think?
Joe Whitlock in the chat says Conte doesn't subscribe to quiet quitting. He very much does not.
Yeah. Wasn't that a thing? Like, millennials are quiet quitting.
Right. Nah, my man is loud quitting. My man, he turns it up to 11 to quit.
He's doing a quit tour. He's like, yeah, so I'm going to be on Rogan next week, letting everyone know how trash your history is.
But it was a pretty wild. We spoke about it last week. Obviously, we broke down the press conference, and if you didn't, I think it's in this thread where I mean,
said here, don't play for something important.
Right. Okay. So right there, look, we'll just play that one time. They don't play for something important. All right.
That was random, by the way. At any point,
I didn't know what he was gonna say.
It's like Goodfellas. You can put it on whenever you want. It's gonna be you watch to the end.
He's gonna say something disrespectful about his employer, and any random snippet.
Drop the needle anywhere you want on that record, my friend, and something disrespectful is about to be in your ear.
And so we were kind of trying to guess: is he trying to leave this job? Is he trying to make is he trying to make a genuine change at Tottenham? And maybe it's a little bit of both. I don't exactly know, but we know now. Fabrizio Romano had tweeted out a couple days ago that they part ways by mutual consent. So how valid is the mutual consent part here? Because it feels like
it is. This was the press conference was his side of the mutual consent. He said, y'all have a trash history. You don't play for nothing important. Mm-hmm. Your players give up, but it's the way of Tottenham. It's always been the way of Tottenham. And then Tottenham goes, yeah, we can't have you as manager. And that we mutually consent to.
We mutually agree that you think those awful things about us.
It's like that old comedian. I wish I remember who it was. We know who it started with us. He said, me and my girl broke up. It was mutual. Her and her friends got together and all agreed that I shouldn't be her boyfriend anymore.
I don't remember who said it, but
whoever it was, great bit. Great bit.
Look, it is do you think it was more of Tottenham trying to convince Antonio Conte to stay?
No, I think it's that he was so shocked. It was so shocking to them that they don't have a plan. They don't know what to do. Because think about it. They're at the end of their season. There's 10 games left. Mm-hmm. Do you bring somebody in now? They're not really going to have much of a change. They're in fourth. They're potentially sliding out of Champions League. You need Champions League to help pay for this big, beautiful stadium. What do? Do you let the assistant take over? They had no plans of firing Conte until the end of the season.
Right.
It had already been agreed that he wasn't going to be back. He just figured, let me pull this ripcord. If I could get them to fire me now, I make an extra, I think it's something like $3 million, or it might be more. Who knows? At this point, I can't remember the exact number. I've been awake for about 19 hours already. 3 a.m. is very early in the morning. But he makes more money by getting them to fire him. So he's, boom, gone, goes back to Italy, says, I'm not doing that again. I already won Chelsea trophies. I don't need to do this. Mm-hmm. This was a mistake. But now who's going to go to Tottenham knowing how toxic it is? By him doing this, he sort of pulled the curtain back for the next manager. Okay. Saying like, yo, they don't have it in them to win. You might have all the tactics, but they don't win here. You know, I forget what movie it was, but there was one where like there was it was old timey and the dude was going house to house saying like, I'll work for a quarter, right? Can I have a quarter? And the guy was like, yeah. And he taught the kid like, this mark on their front post means, they have like a home here you could stop. This thing means like they'll feed you, but they won't make you work. And this one means that the guy's dishonest. And the guy never gave him the quarter. So the kid goes to the post the next day after the guy left and he sees the dishonest mark on it. That's kind of what he just did to Tottenham. He was like, he marked it for everyone like, don't come here. They hate trophies.
I mean, you would assume that almost any manager leaving any job is not going to speak super highly of the their former employer.
You don't do this in an exit interview. Have you ever had an exit interview?
I have had an exit interview, yes. I left Sean John, yeah.
Did you ever say to yourself, like, bro, I'm going to tell me exactly what it is, blah, blah, blah. And then you get there, they're like, how was it? Like, it was good. I'm not trying to get sued now. You know what I mean? I'm about to get out of here.
I want my severance. I'm trying to get out of here.
Just so it is, the severance, Antonio Conte, you were mentioning, Alexis, between 4 and 15 million. Until the end of the season.
Big. I mean,
that's a wild
It's just
range.
whatever his remaining salary is for the rest of the year. Like, I guess now 10 games left, whatever his 10-game salary would be, they have to pay him the rest of it.
But he also gets like a fired bonus. He gets like a sack bonus.
Right. I'm sure there's something in pretty much every manager's agreement if that's if and when that happens. Look, the last few weeks have been weird, and it's a weird season for Tottenham because them being in fourth place isn't really that bad.
That's what's shocking. It's like, dog, you're still finishing in Champions League, or at least it looks like you will.
And you would imagine that firing their manager at this point puts them in greater danger to miss out on Champions League, right? I mean, who's gonna Stellini, Christian Stellini will be
that's Conte's assistant.
Will stay till the end of the season, and he's gonna manage the club. But you would imagine that for the club to maintain a Champions League spot, you would want Conte being there. So it just kind of shows the. And I feel like we've been seeing this a lot in I don't know if it's just in professional like football or just in Premier League, but the I don't know if it's dysfunction is the exact word, but there's just a level of if they don't find the chemistry quick enough, or if there's any kind of even problem that the risks are so high to how much money you could lose that it's almost like, let's just get rid of the manager, start fresh. Every club is starting fresh. They always every 6 weeks they're like, we got to start.
They got to get their groove back.
It's like, bro,
we don't even know that bitch from last week, bro. We're brand new.
It's just so rare nowadays, and I think in the Premier League era, I think of even 15, 20, 25 years ago, you would give managers a little bit more of a chance, like at least 2-3 years.
There was the stakes are so high.
The stakes are so high now.
Yeah, the amount of money that you need to just be able to compete. I mean, it's almost like if you don't have Champions League money, you're going to be like, in 10th place.
Right.
Like there's no way you can even compete. And also, my hot take here is, how many big time managers have they gone through? Remember when Everton, when Ancelotti left? Do you remember this? You cried for weeks.
I'm still drying the tears off of some of my clothing.
Ancelotti leaves for Real Madrid, which is crazy. What a sentence. Everton's manager leaves for Real Madrid. Mm-hmm. And then remember, Rafa Benitez was like the only available manager to keep them in that upper echelon of managers, to keep them in that top level of managers. And it's almost like if you want to maintain at that level, this is the guy you have to sign. Obviously, it was a massive mistake. And now they're back to, trying to find managers that are, you would say, less experienced, have less of a pedigree, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what Tottenham is right now, right? They've kind of buzzed through. Pochettino got them to that upper level, got them to the Champions League final. They lost, Tottenham being Tottenham, right? Then they go out and they get Mourinho. First of all, they fire Pochettino right after that, which makes zero sense. They go out and get Mourinho, which is like, whoa, here's a perennial winner, right? Doesn't win with them. He leaves. Then they bring in Nuno Espiritu Santo, which you're like, okay, this is like going back to the old ways. Pochettino, you're going to get a guy who proved himself at a lower level club. Yeah. Lower level meaning not as high as the level they had, obviously, within the Premier League. And you're going to give him a chance. That didn't work out, so they rush out and go get Conte, who had apparently turned him down multiple times. Mm-hmm. The rumor was because he was waiting for Manchester United. Turns him down and comes here, and now he's gone, and he didn't win. So now you have to make a decision. Some of the rumored names are like Thomas Frank. Why would he leave Brentford to go to Tottenham.
Yeah, it's a like how many managers have already lost their jobs this season? I think it's somebody said 9. Oh, I saw which I
in the Premier League
saved this week. I don't think it's not 9, but somebody no. This was what I saw, and I apologize. I can't remember who initially tweeted this or where exactly I saw this, but it said that Conte is the 9th manager to have been sacked after playing Southampton. Just a very strange.
Well, I've actually got 9th manager who's departed their club / been sacked in the Premier League this season, because you had Scott Parker, who left Bournemouth right at the beginning of the season.
Oh, God.
Tuchel, when he got fired from Chelsea. Graham Potter then left Brighton to join Chelsea. Bruno Lage was the Wolves manager. He got replaced by Lopetegui. Steven Gerrard fired at Villa. Hasenhüttl at Southampton. Lampard at Everton. Marsh at Leeds. And Nathan Jones at Southampton.
Bro,
that's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah, this
what a round robin.
It's just a strange, and maybe this is what the future of the Premier League will always kind of look like, where it's just like if you're just not like
everyone becomes Chelsea.
Well, essentially, we all know that the difference in prize money from every spot is pretty significant. It's like every spot you climb up, it's like another 3-4 million pounds or whatever. So maybe,
I wouldn't necessarily say that's significant.
I mean, look, it's relative to.
I think it's if you're nobody and you can get to 5th, good for you. If you're nobody, or if you're in that realm and you can get to 4th, you done did it.
Because look at Patrick Vieira is like a great example where it's like he was doing perfectly fine for Crystal Palace. There's really not much more they could accomplish with the resources that they have. And they were like, no, we gotta move on.
Vieira wasn't even on this list, by the way. He's the 10th. So
right.
It's 10 managers.
Jeez.
So maybe.
And by the way, Good Vibes John said, Ancelotti ready to hit up Copacabana Beach with all the beautiful Brazilian predicaments next season. What a way to jam 8 things we talked about in no one comment. Good job, dude.
That's right. I heard that the Brazil Federation is trying to poach him from Real Madrid. At least, we'll see at the end of the season with that. But, Real Madrid might be lifting another Champions League trophy. Well, we'll see.
Benzema's got to start scoring again.